baby, are you playing the panpipe I just made? Okay. Aw, that's so sweet. The little baby playing the panpipe that we just made earlier. Okay, guys, are you ready? We're gonna do the color song, but I'm not gonna do colors. I'm gonna do something different. I wanna do some things that you might have in your house. Do you have any plants? I'm gonna sing plants first. Plants, 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 plants. If you have plants, stand up, stand up. Jump up and down and turn yourself around. Plants, please, won't you please sit down, sit down. Do you have a cat? Cat, cat, cat. If you have a cat, stand up, stand up. Jump up and down and turn yourself around. Cat, won't you please sit down, sit down. Dog, 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 dog. If you have a dog, stand up, stand up. Jump up and down and turn yourself around. Dog, won't you please sit down, sit down. Do you have a fish? Fish, fish, fish. If you have a fish, stand up, stand up. Jump up and down and turn yourself around. Fish, won't you please sit down, sit down. How about siblings, 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 siblings? A sibling is a brother or a sister. If you have a brother or a sister, stand up, stand up. Jump up and down and turn yourself around. Sibling, won't you please sit down, sit down. Do you have an adult in your house? Adult, 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 adult. Some people say adult. If you have an adult, stand up, stand up. Jump up and down and turn yourself around. Adult, won't you please sit down, sit down. Cool. Do you have anything else in your house that I didn't say? I wonder. Okay, for our song today that we're just going to sing, I thought I'd show you something very special. When I was learning how to play music as a little kid, I had to learn how to play to the beat in the rhythm. So you know how I always say, the rhythm, the rhythm, the rhythm of the beat. We want to keep the same beat so we don't get too fast or too slow. We keep to the rhythm. Well, I had something that helped me keep to the rhythm when I couldn't do it very well myself. And it's an electric metronome. My sister has one that is not electric. It's like a pendulum. All you do is push it and it'll keep going back and forth, keeping the rhythm. This one uses a battery. And do you see it makes a sound? And it makes the light so that I can look and listen for the beat. Well, shall we sing a song to these rhythms? We can go really slow, we can go really fast. You want to go the slowest? Okay. How about let's sing I'm a Little Teapot. And the slowest, okay, I put it to the very slowest. Here's what it is. Let's start. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle, here is my spout. When I get all steamed up, hear me shout. Just tip me over and pour me out. Wow, that was slow. The fastest? Oh, I don't know if we can go the fastest. This is the fastest. And okay, 1, 2, ready, go. I'm a little teapot, short inside the hammer. When I get a steam, I hear me shout, just to be able to pour me out. Whew. I don't know about that. That was way too fast. Let's go. How about a medium? This is more regular. Ready, go. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle, here is my spout. When I get all steamed up, hear me shout. Just tip me over and pour me out. Ah, that was much easier. So this is what I'd use. Sometimes I'd start playing slow first, and then once I knew the song really, really well, I'll make it faster and faster until I can play it as fast as it needed to be. All right, I've got a story to sing to you. The ants go marching. I found a book about the ants go marching. We've sung this song before, illustrated by Scherer. The ants go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching one by one, the little one stops to suck his thumb, and they all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. There's one. The ants go marching two by two, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching two by two, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching two by two, the little one stops to tie his shoe, and they all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. The ants go marching three by three, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching three by three, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching three by three, the little one stops to ride a bee. Oh my goodness! And they all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. The ants go marching four by four, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching four by four, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching four by four, the little one stops to shut the door, and they all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. The ants go marching five by five, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching five by five, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching five by five, the little one stops to jump and jive, and they all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. The ants go marching six by six, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching six by six, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching six by six, the little one stops to pick up sticks, and they all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. He's using his sticks to play a drum. The ants go marching seven by seven, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching seven by seven, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching seven by seven, the little one stops to write with a pen, and they all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. He's writing ABC. Oh, good, good. The ants go marching eight by eight, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching eight by eight, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching eight by eight, the little one stops to roller skate. And they all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. The ants go marching nine by nine, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching nine by nine, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching nine by nine, the little one stops, to drink and dine. There she is. The little one drinking her juice. And they all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. The ants go marching 10 by 10, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 10 by 10, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 10 by 10, the little one stops to say, the end! And they all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, they're having a party with some cake. And they all brought their numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's so cool. You know what I realized? This week is the last week of our music theme, our musical instruments. Oh my goodness. Next month we're going to have something else, some other theme that we're going to talk about. Well, I'm going to read a story about a famous musician. His name was Mozart. And let's see, what did he do? He was a little kid when he started playing, by Rachlin. Mozart. Nannerl was having a music lesson. Her father, Leopold, was teaching her. Little Wolfgang, there he is, there's Nannerl, and there's Wolfgang. was listening to every note she played. When her lesson was over, he said, "Please, may I have a lesson, Papa?" "You are too little, Wolfie," said Father Mozart. When Father Mozart and Nenral left the room, though, he went up to the clavier. It's kind of like a harpsichord or piano, and he started playing. There he is. He's secretly playing. He smiled. The music sounded beautiful to him. Father Mozart heard him and came to see. Wolfgang was playing correctly without anyone helping him. Well, Father Mozart decided to give his little boy music lessons. He was so interested that he taught himself. He started to teach himself, and his dad said, "Okay, I guess we can teach you some more." Soon Wolfgang was playing as well as his sister Nannerl. He learned so quickly. His father was so amazed. But when Wolfgang started to write his own music, Father Mozart was delighted. No one could believe that a little boy of 5 years old could write such beautiful music. There he is, just 5 years old. Did he even know how to write words? He knew how to write music. Now Father Mozart decided to take his 2 bright children on a concert tour in Germany. It was a long trip. Inside it was bumpy in the coach, but they had to work and practice. Father Mozart made them practice on make-believe keyboards. They use a kind of like cardboard, and they painted a picture of the keyboard. I used to practice like that too. I can still practice in my mind. As soon as they arrived in Germany, people began to talk about the talented little Mozart. And they put on their best clothes and they played for Prince Joseph. The concert was a huge success. Everyone clapped and gave them presents of jewels and lace. Father Mozart was very proud. Look how fancy everyone dresses up. One large lady was so excited that she ran over to little Wolfgang, picked him up in her arms, and gave him a big slappy kiss. "Yuck," said Wolfgang as he wriggled away and wiped his face. Back home in Austria, Wolfgang was so pleased to see his mother and father and his funny little dog, Bimperl. There's his little dog. He missed them so much that he wrote a little minuet to celebrate the return. He was just about to be 6 years old. A few days later, Father Mozart gave Wolfgang a present. It was a violin. That night, when Papa's friends arrived carrying their instrument, Wolfgang ran to get his. But Papa shook his head. He said, "No, Wolfgang, you can't possibly play with us until you had some lessons and lots of practice." Oh, he's crying. He's saying, "No, you can't play with us yet. You haven't even practiced the violin." One of Mr. Mozart's friends, Mr. Scherer, felt sorry for Wolfgang. He said, "Come on, Leopold, let the child stand near me. I don't mind." "Oh, very well. That's nice of him. But remember to play softly, Wolfgang, so no one hears you." His dad thinks he doesn't know how to play yet because he hasn't practiced it. Well, Wolfgang smiled through tears, and standing next to Mr. Scherer, he began to follow the music, and gradually everyone else started playing softly until they stopped just to listen to little Wolfgang. Father Mozart could not believe his eyes or ears. How could his little boy play such difficult music without even getting a lesson? How did he know how to play that violin without even learning? He just picked it up and played it. The next trip was to Vienna, Austria, and his mother came too this time. One day an important invitation arrived. It was from royalty. Wolfgang and Nannerl were to play for the royal palace of the emperor and empress. There was such excitement. Clothes were washed and ironed. Shoes were polished until they shone. Then they all climbed in the coach and started off for the palace. They have to get dressed up real fancy. The emperor and the empress and the royal children were waiting in the throne room. Wolfgang looked longingly at the children. Will I be allowed to play some games with him, he wondered. First Wolfgang performed, then Nannerl, his sister, then they played duets together. They couldn't believe that all the wonderful music that was being played by such a little boy and his sister. The royal family sat motionless. They were impressed with them. While Mr. and Mozart talked with the Emperor and Empress, Wolfgang and Nannerl played with the royal children. "Whoops!" cried Wolfgang as he slipped and fell on the polished floor. The little Archduchess Marie Antoinette helped him to his feet. "You are very kind," said the little boy. "When I grow up, I will marry you." After the children had gone home, their hands filled with gifts from the Empress, the Emperor stroked his chin. "What a smart little boy! We must invite them again. I will test him a little. I would like to find out if he is as good as he seems." That's the Emperor and Empress. 2 days later, the most wonderful clothes were delivered to the Mozart children. They were presents from the Empress. Wolfgang gasped. His suit was fit for a king. White silk stockings, velvet trousers, and a little lilac jacket. Oh. Nannerl's dress was pink with white embroidery. They wore these beautiful clothes when they went back to the palace. "Mr. and Mrs. Mozart, Master Wolfgang and Miss Nannerl," announced the footman. As soon as Wolfgang saw the Empress, he ran across the floor, climbed on her lap, flung his arms around her, and gave her a kiss on the cheek. She's surprised. He didn't know he probably shouldn't do that, huh? "What are you going to play, little one?" asked the Emperor, smiling. "I shall play my Allegro in B-flat major," Wolfgang replied. He slid off the Empress and ran over to the clavier. "Very good," said the Emperor, "but first I wish to place this over the keys." He held up a large black cloth. Mozart sighed. It made no difference to him. He could play the clavier without looking at all. The Emperor put the black cloth over the keys so that he couldn't see what notes he might be playing. Wolfgang placed his hands on the cloth and played the Allegro perfectly. "Well done!" they exclaimed. Father Leopold took Nannerl and Wolfgang to many different countries. One trip lasted 3 years and 5 months. Wherever they went, they gave concerts. Everyone admired them and gave them presents. They called him Wolfgang Mozart the Wonder Boy. Mozart is his last name. His first name is Wolfgang. Wolfgang grew up to be one of the greatest composers of all time. Even today, people all over the world love to perform and listen to his wonderful music. Wow. Can you imagine? Just 5 years old when he started to write music and he knew how to play those instruments. Barely even practicing. I need to practice. Okay, whatever instrument you decide to play, you can practice and be as good as you want. And actually, the best thing about playing an instrument is to just enjoy it and enjoy the music and the feeling that it gives you. Okay, guys, I hope you have a wonderful evening and enjoy the last week of music.